The sound of collapsing metal shelves echoed through the supermarket like a warning. Adam was browsing the cereal aisle when he heard the commotion near the cleaning section. Customers gasped, some screamed, and a cart rolled across the floor as if trying to escape the chaos. Adam rushed toward the noise and froze when he saw the frail woman on the ground. Her limp hands clutched a box of detergent. It was his mother, Lena, the same woman who worked endlessly her entire life to give him a future, now lying unconscious in a place she shouldn't even be working anymore. She had been cleaning the floor when her body simply gave up. Adam knelt beside her, trembling. "Mom, wake up, please." His voice cracked as he lightly tapped her cheek. Years of exhaustion, skipped meals, and untreated health issues had finally caught up with her. The store manager shouted for someone to call an ambulance, while curious customers stared but did nothing. As Adam lifted her head, he remembered how she used to hold him close when he was the one fainting from hunger during childhood. The roles had reversed, but the pain felt the same. The ambulance arrived, and as they placed his mother on the stretcher, Adam made a quiet promise to himself. "I won't let you suffer anymore. Not again." In the ambulance, her weak pulse made Adam's heart race. He held her cold hand and whispered, "Just stay with me. I'm here now." He didn't realize that saving her body was the easy part. The true danger wasn't her illness. It was someone waiting for her in the hospital. For 7 days, the hospital became Adam's second home. He barely slept, barely ate, and his eyes developed dark circles. People who passed by assumed he was another struggling patient, but he didn't care. Every hour, he checked his mother's breathing, adjusted her blanket, and asked nurses endless questions. Though now a respected cardiologist, he refused special privileges or VIP room placement. He believed his mother should be treated like everyone else, with dignity, not as a charity case or a doctor's family member. Inside room 413, time moved differently. Every beep from the monitor sounded like a ticking clock reminding him how fragile life was. At night, he replayed childhood memories. How his mother patched torn school uniforms with trembling hands. How she worked as a cleaner so he could study at a private academy. And how she lied to him about eating dinner so he'd finish his plate. She was a woman who gave without expecting anything in return. And he wanted nothing more than to repay her. His wife, Jessica, visited occasionally. She brought food, sat for a few minutes, and left. She said she was busy arranging things at home, but Adam barely noticed her lack of concern. His mind was focused on his mother. On the 7th day, Jessica cupped his face and told him he looked pale. "Go home. Rest. I'll stay with her tonight." Her voice sounded soft, reassuring. Adam hesitated, but exhaustion blurred his judgment. Believing his wife's concern, he agreed. He never imagined that trusting her would endanger his mother's life. Adam returned home and collapsed into bed, but sleep refused to come. An uneasy feeling settled in his chest, heavier than fatigue, heavier than fear, something his medical instincts couldn't diagnose. He tossed and turned, then sat up abruptly. His breathing quickened. Something was wrong. It was as if his subconscious was pulling him back to the hospital. He grabbed his keys, left his sleeping room behind, and drove through the silent streets. The world outside was calm, but inside him, storms brewed. He didn't call Jessica. He didn't tell anyone. It was an impulse, a decision that would soon reveal the truth. When he reached the hospital, the hallways were quiet. Night shift nurses nodded politely, but noticed his anxious pace. Adam walked toward room 413. As he approached, he heard faint murmurs. He slowed down and gently opened the door. What he saw shattered any illusion of peace. Jessica was standing next to his unconscious mother, holding a syringe. The syringe was filled with medication Adam didn't recognize as being prescribed that day. His heart dropped. He took a step forward and whispered, full of confusion and terror, "Jessica, what are you doing?" She jumped, spilling a few droplets from the needle. The heart monitor responded instantly. His mother's heart rate plummeted. Alarms pierced the room. Nurses rushed in, pushing Adam aside to save his mother. His eyes never left his wife. In that moment, fear turned into questions that demanded answers, and Jessica's silence screamed louder than any words. After the crisis was contained, a senior nurse confronted Jessica. "You were told not to touch any medical equipment. We never authorize family members to administer drugs." Jessica stammered, claiming she just wanted to help. Her explanation sounded desperate, rehearsed, almost too prepared. Adam's heart twisted as he tried to make sense of it. Was it a mistake? Or something darker? He searched her purse while she sat with the doctor. His hands shook as he sifted through papers. Then he found them. Insurance forms, property transfer documents, and email printouts. Email conversations revealing complaints about hospital bills, frustrations about his mother, draining resources, and calculations of inheritance. Once she passed point, one sentence hit him like a knife. "Once she's gone, everything will be easier. Don't worry. I'll handle it. Handle it." Those words sounded sinister now. When Jessica returned, Adam confronted her. "Were you trying to kill my mother?" His voice cracked with pain. She looked away, refusing to answer directly. When pressured, she finally muttered, "She's ruining our life. You can't see it now, but I was helping us." Helping? By ending a life? Jessica underestimated Adam's strength. She didn't understand love born of sacrifice, hardships, and shared pain. She viewed his mother as a burden, not as the woman who raised him alone. That's when Adam realized how blind love can be, until betrayal forces your eyes open. Jessica argued, cried, and even tried to guilt him. I sacrificed my comforts for your family. I only wanted stability, she yelled, as if wanting someone dead was an act of kindness. But Adam remained steady, like a storm that had finally stopped raging and turned into cold clarity. He packed her things while she begged and threatened alternately. He wasn't doing it out of anger. He was doing it out of love for the woman who spent her entire life loving him unconditionally. Jessica had crossed a line no apology could erase. Adam asked her to leave their home. She screamed, accusing him of choosing a sick old woman over his wife. He replied softly, I'm choosing love over greed. That's what family means. Jessica's world valued wealth, convenience, and status. Adam's world valued loyalty and gratitude. They were never truly the same. She left, slamming the door so hard it shook the house, but Adam's resolve didn't shake anymore. Weeks later, Lena slowly opened her eyes. Adam sat beside her, thinner than before, drained but relieved. When she finally regained strength, he told her everything. Tears welled in her eyes, not for her suffering, but for her son. You loved someone who didn't understand love? She whispered, resting her frail hand on his. He cried like a child, and she hugged him gently, the way she used to when he was scared. Don't blame yourself, she said softly. Life teaches us who truly belongs with us. The rest walk away when they can't use us anymore. Her words weren't harsh. They were truth soaked in kindness. That's who she was, forgiving even those who harmed her. Adam realized strength didn't always roar. Sometimes it whispered. After his mother recovered, Adam devoted himself to a mission. He used his skills and resources to start a charity for elderly patients who had no caregivers or were mistreated by their families. He created a network of volunteers, clinics, and support homes, ensuring no aging parent would feel like a burden ever again. That he gave lectures, led fundraisers, and personally visited patients. His mother lived to witness the impact of his work. She spent her final years surrounded by love, treated with dignity, and cherished by a community she helped inspire without knowing it. When she passed peacefully in her sleep, Adam held her hand until morning, whispering, "Thank you for teaching me how to love." She didn't leave him with property or wealth. She left him with the ability to change lives. And that was priceless. Her legacy lived through him, not as a medical hero, but as a son who remembered his mother's sacrifices and shared them through compassion. Red Heart inspiring message: real wealth isn't money. Real love isn't convenience. Family is not a liability. Family is a legacy. Clapperboard call to action for your channel. If this story moved your heart, then share your feelings below. Speech balloon: what would you do if someone tried to harm your family for money? Comment your thoughts. Thumbs up, be sure to like, push pin, subscribe, bell, and turn on notifications for more powerful emotional stories here on Be Kind Always. Tulip, stay kind, stay grateful, and remember, love is the greatest inheritance. 2 hearts.